Hey friend, listen close. There are seasons when the sky feels heavy and every step forward feels like pushing through thick fog. You pray, but the answers seem lost somewhere far away. You wonder if anyone up there even remembers your name or the dreams you once held so tightly. Let me tell you something straight from the heart. God didn't forget you, not for a single moment. He was working in ways you couldn't see, quietly weaving threads you never knew existed, preparing paths you hadn't walked yet. Imagine a man named Alex. He grew up in a small town with big hopes. As a kid, he dreamed of building something meaningful, maybe a business that would help families or a life where he could give back in ways that mattered. But life had other plans at first. Jobs came and went. Opportunities slipped through his fingers like sand. Friends moved on. Relationships that once felt solid started to crack under pressure. Bills piled up, and nights grew long with worry. Alex would sit on the edge of his bed some evenings, staring at the floor, whispering prayers that felt like they bounced off the ceiling. "Why this silence?" he'd ask. "Have I been left behind?" The days blurred together. Rejections from places he thought were perfect for him. Health scares that stole his peace. Moments where he felt completely invisible, like the world was spinning without him. What Alex couldn't see was the quiet movement happening all around him. While he was waiting, skills were being sharpened in the ordinary tasks he disliked. While doors closed, other doors were being framed in places he hadn't even looked. Hearts were being softened in people he would meet later. Lessons were sinking deep into his spirit, lessons about patience, about real trust, about leaning not on his own strength, but on something far greater. One ordinary afternoon, after another disappointing call, Alex decided to take a walk through the park near his place. He wasn't expecting anything special, just a way to clear his head. There he sat on a bench, watching leaves drift in the breeze. A stranger sat down nearby, an older gentleman with kind eyes. They started talking, nothing deep at first, just casual words about the weather and life. But something shifted. The man shared a story of his own struggles years ago, how he had felt forgotten too, until everything turned around in ways he never planned. That conversation planted a small seed. Weeks later, Alex ran into that same man again, this time at a community event. Turns out the gentleman owned a small company looking for someone with exactly the quiet determination Alex had developed through all those hard years. No flashy resume needed, just someone who had learned to keep showing up even when it hurt. Alex took the role, not knowing it would grow into something much larger. Over time, the business expanded in directions that allowed him to help families the way he once dreamed. Connections formed that opened doors to mentoring young people facing their own battles. The very pain he once carried became the bridge to understanding others. The silence he hated became the space where his faith grew roots deep enough to withstand any storm. Looking back, Alex could trace it all. The closed doors weren't punishments, they were protections. The waiting wasn't abandonment, it was preparation. The tears he cried in private were seen and collected like precious seeds. Every setback was quietly shaping him into the man ready for the open fields ahead. God hadn't been distant. He had been right there, working behind the curtain, arranging details with perfect care and timing that no human mind could fully map out. Friend, this isn't just Alex's story. It's a reminder for every heart feeling overlooked right now. Maybe you're in that fog today. The promotion didn't come. The healing hasn't shown up yet. The relationship ended, or the dream feels buried under too many disappointments. You scroll through days where everyone else seems to be moving forward while you feel stuck. But hear this truth deep in your bones. The same God who spoke light into darkness is speaking life into your hidden places. He sees the late nights you spend wondering. He catches every frustrated sigh. He knows the hopes you barely dare to voice anymore. And he is not idle. He is moving mountains you can't even see yet. He is aligning hearts, opening unexpected paths, building character that will carry you farther than any quick success ever could. Think about it like this. A seed buried in the soil looks forgotten. It's dark down there. No sunlight reaches it. Rain soaks it, but from the outside it seems like nothing is happening. Yet underneath, roots are stretching, life is stirring, strength is forming. One day that seed breaks through the ground and becomes something beautiful and strong, bearing fruit that feeds others. Your season of hidden growth is the same. What feels like burial is actually the beginning of breakthrough. God works in the unseen because that's where real transformation happens. In the quiet moments when no one is watching, He refines your heart. In the delays that frustrate you, He teaches you to walk by faith and not by sight. In the losses that sting, He makes room for greater gifts. His ways are higher, His thoughts deeper than ours. What looks like forgotten is often the most intimate care, the kind that shapes eternity in you. So if you're tired of waiting, rest in this. If doubt whispers that you've been passed by, silence it with truth. You are not forgotten. You are being held. Every prayer you lifted has been heard. Every step you took in the dark has been guided. The story isn't over. The best chapters are still unfolding. Keep showing up. Keep believing even when your eyes see nothing. Keep loving. Keep serving. Keep hoping. Because the one who began this good work in you is faithful to complete it. He specializes in turning waiting rooms into testimonies, pain into purpose, and what seemed like the end into a brand new begin. You might not see the full picture today, but one morning you'll wake up and realize the pieces were falling into place all along. The job that fits perfectly, the peace that settles your soul, the relationships that bring real joy, the impact that reaches farther than you imagined. All of it prepared in the background while you learn to trust. Friend, lift your eyes. The same power that raised life from death is at work in your life right now. He didn't forget you. He was working. He is working. And soon, in His perfect time, you'll see the beauty of what He has been doing all along. Hold on. Your breakthrough is closer than it feels. Your story is being written with love, with purpose, and with an ending that will fill your heart with wonder. God is for you. He sees you, and He has beautiful things ahead. Just keep walking. The light is breaking through. You might be thinking right now, that sounds nice, but my situation feels different. The wait has been too long. The hurt runs too deep. I hear you. Life can hit hard, and sometimes the silence feels louder than any answer ever could. But let me share another layer of this truth with you. Picture Sarah for a moment. She poured her heart into a dream that seemed so right. She worked late hours, sacrificed weekends, gave everything she had to build something she believed would last. Then one day, without warning, it all crumbled. The support she counted on disappeared. The plans she made so carefully fell apart. She found herself starting over, carrying the weight of disappointment and questions that had no easy answers. In those early days, Sarah felt completely unseen. Mornings were heavy. She would drive to work with tears blurring the road, wondering why her efforts seemed wasted. Friends tried to encourage her, but their words bounced off the walls she had built around her heart. She prayed, sometimes angrily, sometimes with barely a whisper, asking for direction, for relief, for any sign that she hadn't been abandoned. What Sarah couldn't see in those dark months was the gentle reshaping happening inside her. The heartbreak was carving out space for deeper compassion. The failure was teaching her to value what truly matters over what looks impressive on the outside. While she felt stuck, new opportunities were quietly forming in places she would never have looked before. People she hadn't met, yet were being prepared to cross her path at just the right moment. One quiet evening, after another long day, Sarah decided to volunteer at a local shelter, not because she felt strong, but because she needed to get out of her own head. There, serving meals and listening to stories, something shifted. She met a young mother who reminded her of her own struggles years ago. In that simple act of listening, Sarah found a piece of her purpose returning. Her pain became a bridge. Her story became hope for someone else. Months turned into a year, and slowly the pieces started connecting. A conversation at that shelter led to a new project. That project opened a door to a role that used every hard lesson she had learned. Before long, Sarah was leading initiatives that helped families rebuild their lives, something far more meaningful than her original dream. She looked back and realized the collapse wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a clearer calling, one that aligned with who she was becoming, not just what she could achieve. Friend, your story may not look exactly like Alex's or Sarah's, but the thread is the same. God doesn't waste your tears. He doesn't ignore your questions. He takes every broken piece and begins crafting something beautiful in its place. The detours you're on right now might feel frustrating, but they're often the safest route to where you're meant to be. The delays aren't denials. They're divine appointments in disguise. Maybe you're in the middle of a health battle that drains your energy. Or perhaps finances keep you up at night. whispering that you'll never get ahead. Maybe loneliness has settled in like an old friend you never invited. Whatever it is, know this: you are not walking through it alone. The one who knows every hair on your head is walking beside you, even when the path feels empty. He is working in the midnight hours when worry keeps you awake. He is softening hearts in people who will one day support you. He is planting ideas in your mind that will bloom when the time is right. He is building resilience in you that no storm can shake. Every moment you choose to trust, even when it's hard, is adding strength to your foundation. Think about the times in your own life when something didn't work out, only for something better to appear later. That missed opportunity that led you to a better fit. That ended chapter that made room for a new beginning. Those small coincidences that weren't coincidences at all. Those are glimpses of his hand at work, quiet and steady, never in a rush, always with purpose. So here's what I want you to do today. Take a deep breath and speak this over your situation. God has not forgotten me. He is working in ways I cannot see. Say it out loud if you can. Write it down where you'll see it every morning. Let it become the anchor when doubt tries to pull you under. Keep doing the next right thing, even if it feels small. Show up with kindness. Keep learning. Keep praying. Keep believing that the God who created the stars and knows the plans of every heart has good plans for you too. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. The waiting room can feel lonely, but it's also where faith grows the deepest roots. It's where you learn that real peace doesn't come from perfect circumstances, but from trusting the one who holds every circumstance in his hands. One day soon, you'll look back and see the beauty in the waiting. You'll see how the closed doors protected you, how the long nights built your character, how the silence taught you to listen for his voice more clearly. You'll smile at how perfectly everything lined up, even when it felt like nothing was moving. Until that day comes, hold on to this promise. You are seen. You are loved. You are being prepared for something greater than you can imagine right now. The same God who turned water into wine, who calmed the storm with a word, who brought life from death, is at work in your life today. He didn't forget you. He was working then. He is working now, and he will finish what he started in you. So lift your head, friend. The light is already breaking through the clouds. Your story is far from over. In fact, the most beautiful chapters are just beginning. Keep walking. Keep trusting. Your breakthrough is on the way, and when it arrives, you'll know without a doubt that every hidden moment was worth it. God is for you. Always has been. Always will be. And while you're holding on, remember this too. Sometimes the greatest work happens in the seasons that feel the most ordinary. You don't need dramatic signs or sudden miracles to know he's moving. Often, it's in the quiet faithfulness of everyday life where the real transformation takes root. Let me tell you about Michael. He was a guy who had always tried to do the right thing. Steady job, good heart, showed up for his family and his community. But year after year, he watched others get the breakthroughs he prayed for. Promotions passed him by. Dreams he carried since college stayed just out of reach. He started to feel invisible, like his quiet faithfulness didn't count for much in a world that celebrates loud success. There were mornings Michael sat in his car before work, gripping the steering wheel, asking why his efforts seemed overlooked. He stayed faithful anyway. Helping coach the local youth team, mentoring the kid down the street who needed guidance, showing up early to help set up for church events even when no one noticed. He kept praying, not always with big emotions, but with simple honesty. If you're still working, help me keep going. What Michael couldn't see was how those small acts of faithfulness were building something eternal. Every time he chose kindness when he felt overlooked, his character grew stronger. Every quiet prayer deepened his trust. While he waited, doors he never knocked on were being prepared. Relationships were forming in the background that would one day open opportunities aligned with his gifts. One afternoon, after a long week, Michael stopped by a coffee shop he rarely visited. While waiting in line, he struck up a conversation with a woman who turned out to be the director of a nonprofit focused on helping young men find purpose. She was looking for someone steady, someone who understood what it meant to serve without needing the spotlight. That short talk led to an invitation to join their team part-time. What started small grew into a full role where Michael's steady heart and life experience became exactly what those young guys needed. Years later, Michael stood in front of a group of young men, sharing his journey. He told them how the years of feeling forgotten were actually the years that shaped him into someone who could truly help others. The waiting wasn't wasted. It was the classroom where he learned humility, perseverance, and the kind of faith that doesn't need constant proof to keep standing. Friend, your ordinary days matter more than you know. The small choices you make when no one is watching. Choosing hope over bitterness, showing up when you feel like giving up, offering a kind word when you're hurting. Those are the seeds God is watering in secret. He sees every one of them, and He is using them to prepare you for impact that will reach farther than you can imagine. Maybe right now you're in a season where progress feels painfully slow. The dream job hasn't come. The relationship you hoped for is still missing. The financial relief feels far away. Your body is tired from the battle. Your mind races with what-ifs and why-nots. In those moments, it's easy to believe the lie that nothing is happening. But the truth is louder. Something is happening. Deep in the unseen, roots are growing. Strength is forming. Wisdom is being gathered. Hearts are being aligned. Timing is being perfected. God is never late, and He is never early. He is always right on time for the story He is writing. He knows the exact moment you need the breakthrough. He knows how to turn your test into a testimony that will encourage thousands. He knows how to take the ashes of what hurt you and create something beautiful from them. That's who He is. A redeemer, a restorer, a father who never loses sight of His children. So here's a gentle challenge for you today. Instead of focusing only on what you can't see yet, start noticing the small evidences of His hand already at work. The unexpected kindness from a stranger. The peace that settles over you in the middle of a hard day. The idea that suddenly makes sense after months of confusion. The strength to get up one more time when you thought you couldn't. Those are whispers from heaven saying, I'm still here. I'm still working. Keep speaking life over your situation. Speak faith when fear tries to speak louder. Speak trust when doubt knocks at the door. Speak hope when the night feels long. Your words have power because they align your heart with the one who holds all power. And when the waiting feels too heavy, lean on this simple truth. You are not forgotten because you were never out of His sight. He was working when the door closed. He was working when the dream seemed to die. He was working when the tears fell in secret. He was working in the silence, in the setbacks, in the slow mornings, and the long nights. He is working right now, in your heart, in your circumstances, in the people around you, and in the future He has prepared. The beautiful part is, one day you'll look back and see the full picture. You'll see how every thread was woven with care. You'll laugh at how worried you once were. You'll thank Him for the delays that protected you and the detours that led you home. Until that day, keep walking forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Keep loving the people in front of you. Keep growing in the place where you are. Keep trusting that the God who started this good work in you will carry it to completion. You are seen. You are held. You are loved beyond measure. God didn't forget you. He was working in ways you couldn't see. And He still is. The light is coming. Your story is still unfolding. And the ending He has planned is more beautiful than anything you could write on your own. So breathe easy, friend. Rest in His care. Your breakthrough is already in motion. Just keep believing, because He is faithful, always has been, always will be. Friend, let this sink deep into your spirit today. Even when the road feels long and the answers seem delayed, God's love for you never wavers. He sees the version of you that's still standing, still hoping, still choosing to believe when it would be easier to quit. That quiet strength inside you. That's Him at work, building something unbreakable. There will come a morning when you wake up and the weight feels lighter. A phone call, a conversation, or a simple opportunity will arrive that makes you pause and whisper, this was Him all along. You'll look back at the hard seasons and realize they were never punishments. They were the soil where your greatest growth happened. The tears you cried watered the seeds of future joy. The nights you felt alone were the times He drew closest. So don't rush the process. Don't compare your chapter to someone else's highlight reel. Your story is unique, written with infinite care by the one who knows you best. He is turning your waiting into wonder, your questions into quiet confidence, and your pain into a powerful testimony that will one day help others find their way. Keep showing up with an open heart. Keep trusting when it doesn't make sense. Keep walking, even when your steps feel small. Because the God who parted seas, who calmed storms, who raised the dead, that same God is moving in your life right now, in ways seen and unseen. You are not forgotten. You never were. He was working then. He is working now. And he will bring beauty from every hidden moment. Hold on just a little longer. The dawn is breaking. Your best days are still ahead. And when they arrive, you'll see how perfectly every piece was placed by hands of perfect love. Breathe in his peace today. You've got this, because he's got you.